Tonight's event is ostensibly a fundraiser for a community call, but what else it is another way of communities getting together and creating something. In this case, the high-tech community in Boston. And for a night, they have to pick, the people who are participating pick one comedian from their ranks and actually does a stage act. There's remarkably little heckling, and there's a lot of laughter. It's a great deal of fun. There's also going to be a special part of tonight's event where people who are going to be there from the corporation standing up for their own people are also going to get a sense of how Community Call's teaching method works.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you have 2 minutes to write it on your card. And I'm going to ask you to put your name on one side, and I'm going to ask you to answer the question on the other. Okay? And the question is, if you were mayor of Boston for one day, what would be your priority? The second part of your assignment, this is the group interactive part, is to take a couple of minutes, share your ideas with everybody at the table, and then your group at your table is going to pick the best idea and you're going to circle it. And the reason we went through this exercise is, I know that very few of you know what Community Call does. But what we do is we work with high school youth in Boston from as many neighborhoods as possible. We primarily focus in Mission Hill, Dorchester, and Roxbury, Fenway, the Austin-Brighton area. And we work with high school youth, we bring them in to the program, and we do exactly what you did today. We ask them, if they were mayor of Boston, what change would they like to make? And then they discuss it as a group over a period of weeks, and then they come up with one cause that they can all get behind, and then they develop an event for the city. It's open for free to the community, and they put it on to try to make a difference and raise awareness. And there's been a variety of issues that they've done, everything from gang violence to youth homelessness to youth suicide to bullying and self-respect, quite a few things.
It's really about giving young people an opportunity to make opportunities of their own. And we don't hear about opportunities like that very often, where a young person is taking the bull by the horns, writing their own rules, and then really learning what it means to make change within their community. That's why I support Community Call.
Many ask really whether any individual can truly change the world. And Monica has changed the city of Boston, the state of Massachusetts, her neighborhood, her community, and her block. Simply by stepping up, not running away from problems, but facing up to every single one of the problems that she sees. She is a hero of mine. I love her for all she does.
Thank you.
Do you know what you got?
Flowers.
Oh, the giant check.
Right.
So we have a $500 check from TripAdvisor, and since you can't cash out when we have this one. And then because you might want something after, because I know you're not going to spend a dime on that on yourself.
Right.
In addition, we have for you an award that you can keep and hopefully cherish.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for everything you do.
I would speak for many in this room to say that we could aspire to give just a little bit in the amount that you give. We could all just take a little bit of what Monica does in our daily life and give back. And I think that that's so amazing about this evening, that it's more about getting a tech community together to laugh and have a great time, which is wonderful. But it's an amazing time for us to give back to a community that helps supports us every single day. So thank you so much. Have fun tonight, and let's get this party started.
I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get married. Well, good, someone finally caught you. I'm like, wow, do I look like I've been running to you? I've been home baking. I've been baking delicious pies and cakes and putting them in an open window, hoping that the smell would waft into the street. And then some gorgeous man would walk by, smell it. I'd club him over the head, take him with a butterfly net, bring him inside when he wakes up, tell him I'm pregnant, we're getting married. But that didn't happen.
She's like, oh my God, Dad, what happened to the whale? Be like, I don't know, sweetie, maybe it dropped out of high school.
And here is what you will never hear a tradesman say. Hey, the person that did this work before me did an excellent job. I believe that's up to code.
He was trying to tell me, Will, give me one of those cookies. But instead he said, Will, give me one of those candy crackers. Give me a candy cracker.
the sound of a coconut crashing into somebody's skull, it's just satisfying. Just that is the best sound.
Is there any salt on potato chips? Say it again! And get the salt from the ocean for no reason.
The only thing great about being in your 40s is not having to date, assuming you're married, or assuming you just have given up on dating. Which is sort of one and the same, right?
She goes, "What kind of Asian are you?" And I'm so taken aback at this point that I just straight up answer, "Actually, I'm Japanese." Wondering how she's gonna react to it, and swear to God, she just looks at me and goes, "Nice."
We sat down with my grandparents last week, and we said, "Tell us how you met. We'd love to hear it." It was this incredible World War II era story. They were writing letters to each other in cursive, which sounded exhausting.
And he said, "You're speeding. Don't blame me. Blame German ingenuity. If ports go to 160 miles per hour, it's not my fault. I'm just pushing it to the limit."
Anyway, so I know Google was supposed to be here tonight. Does anyone know Google? Because I brought my thesis, and I just wanted to know if anyone did. I think you guys are like connected. Can you just make sure that gets to Google? Thank you.
But going to engineering school is a lot like taking LSD, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. No, I'm just kidding. You don't look like an engineer. But,
We know it's very hard to get up here and do this and to be judged by everyone, and some of you try to bring a lot of friends, and some of you didn't have any to bring. But the reason I know that is because Carolyn can attest to this. One of the things we had to judge was crowd reaction. And that audience reaction really only happened if a lot of people from your job came. So because of that, actually, he was really funny. Everyone did great, but this guy was really hilarious. Matt Moretti of Flip.
I decided to participate in today's event for two reasons. One, I participated last year, and it was just really a wonderful time. It didn't feel like I was working, and it was just a great time, and I was able to really enjoy myself and have a few good laughs. But more importantly, because of the work Community Call does, and myself and the mayor and those of us who work under the Marty Walsh administration really appreciate and understand the importance of working with our young people. And Community Call is one of the organizations we consider a partner in the work of making sure that young people in Boston, irrespective of where they live, who they are, where they come from, have opportunity to succeed here in this city. And so we're happy to be here and support them.
It was an incredible experience. I was really nervous for the past couple months as I prepared for the show, but the crowd was wonderful. Everyone was in a great mood. The professional comics did a great job, teaching us, and I was just really happy to be part of it.
I think Community Call is a great organization, but what I really like about this is that for a lot of the competitors, it's a chance for them to basically cross something off their bucket list and do something that a lot of people would like to do but will never do. So here's a chance for them to actually do it in front of their friends and their coworkers who are always very supportive, and do it all for a good cause.